Alright everybody, welcome back to another video. In this video, this rim and this tire gonna get some goop in them. So basically what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be setting up a loyal customer of mine's bike tubeless. So basically benefits about going tubeless are you're saving weight, which I really don't care on my bike. It's a 35-pound enduro bike. But basically it's great because it allows you to run lower pressures on the trails without getting pinch flats, which is better for you and your bike because the tires will be conforming to all the little divots and rocks and roots a little bit better, so it'll give you more traction. So pretty much this is one of the easiest things you could do at home. And even if you're afraid to do it at home, bring it to a bike shop. It's relatively inexpensive to get it done. So what you're gonna need for this, your tubeless sealant. Now I'm using Stan's no tubes. One of my favorites. I run it in my enduro bike, my dirt jumper, my hardtail, my BMX bike. Pretty much all the bikes I own except my vintage beach cruiser because that's tubes. So basically with your tubeless sealant you are going to need your valves. Now I only have one valve in here. The other one I've already set up. So pretty much, in order to go tubeless, you're going to need your sealant, your valves, a tire. Now, you can't use any tire. It has to be tubeless ready, which if you see, it says Continental, tubeless ready, e-bike ready, and it's the right tire size, which is 29 by 2.3. So basically, if it says tubeless ready, that tire is awesome. You could do tubeless. Now, these rims right here, these are also tubeless ready. Basically, it says tubeless ready right over here. You guys can't see it, but basically what you want to do is you want to use rim tape, which you could see the rim tapes in there. I'm going to get a close-up shot for you guys in a minute so you could see what it is. So basically at the bike shop, and I personally love to use Gorilla Tape because it's super great for sticking to anything, because on my dirt jumper I have textured rims which normal rim tape won't stick to. So Gorilla Tape it. It's a little bit heavier, but it doesn't really matter in my opinion. So pretty much, let's just stop talking and get to this tubeless install. So the things you're going to need are your tire, your rim, your valves, your sealant. You're going to need a syringe like this of some sort. You're going to need a valve core removal tool, and you're going to need maybe a tire lever. I don't like using tire levers because it could puncture the rim tape, and no tubeless. But you might need to use this if you are going to be using a floor pump, and I am going to be using a floor pump in this video because I understand not everyone has an air compressor, which it's so much easier, but I'm going to use a floor pump just so you guys could see it is possible. So pretty much, let's get this show on the road. Alright guys, so basically this is a up-close shot of the rim with the rim tape on there. So basically you want to make sure it goes from this side all the way to this side, and if you look down the rim, it's contoured. So that means it basically dips into where the rim dips down. So you want to make sure that if you're doing this at home, the tape goes right up to the edge of this side and the edge of this side, and make sure to give it a little pull to make sure it's on nice and tight. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to poke a hole for the valve, which goes right there, and I'm going to be getting the tire on, so stay tuned. Alright everybody, so right now I have the rim. I have located my valve hole right there, so I'm going to get a thumbtack, and I'm just going to get this in there, and then I'm going to push down like this. So basically the thumbtack's now in there, and there is a little hole. I don't know if it's going to focus or not. After you do that, basically you want to get your valves, or your valve, and some of them come with these special O-ring washers. Make sure to put that on there. That is crucial for this to work. Just going to make sure this is tight. Take this off, take the O-ring off. Set these down so it will get lost. You can see it has a little ridge on there. You're going to line this up with your hole. I don't know how good the shot's going to be, but basically going to line that up, and it's going to poke down like that, so it should be in like that. You basically get your hand like this, and you push it. Like like that. And it's pretty self-aligning. Might take a little. Here we go. Push that in there. Next, what you want to do is you want to get your O-ring, and you basically just want to slide this right over. Just go right up like that. And then you'll realize right over here, if you look at it, it has a little dip in there, and then on this side it comes out like that. Basically what you want to do is you want to make sure this little dip is facing the O-ring. You want to get this right on here. And you basically just want to tighten this up by hand for now. So you see this right here, and I don't think it's going to hold because this part's basically not flanging out and there's still a little movement. So I'm going to get my pliers. The pliers have been got. That made no sense. And pro tip, you just want to go like this without scratching the rim. You just want to give them a few extra little twists. And you can see that very, very slightly has a little dip on the top. That right there is a valve core that is in. Next, what you want to do is you want to get your tire, which is tubeless ready. And you can see the tread on this one. This one right here, I believe, is the Mountain King. So you could basically see how it looks like it points down like that. Make sure the tire's put on correctly, because if it's tubeless, there's no going back without it being a little bit messy. And we might have another tubeless sealant massacre of 2020. Seth. But basically, you just want to have the direction of this, which is pointing this way. You want it to go the way the tire's spinning. Now, I'm working on a rear, so it's super easy. That's it coasting, that's it going backwards. And then if you push on it this way, it's going to want to spin like that. So if it spins like this, that means it's going to be spinning toward me. So to make it easier, I'm going to flip this rim around so it's going to be spinning towards you when it rolls. I'm going to get my tire, and I think it's aesthetically pleasing to line up the logo with the valve. So pretty much I'm just going to go like this. I'm just going to get it roughly in its right location. And basically you just want to get it in the rim, and you're just going to push it over. Just going to make sure it's good on this side. Alright, so I don't like using tire levers, but some are just so stubborn you have to use them. This one seems to be going pretty smooth. I mean, it is hard, but I mean, I've done this over 50 times. So you want to make sure that it's in the center of the rim, so it's at its easiest point to put on. Just going all the way around following that. And I'm just going to keep warping it. This one's challenging, so I'm going to break my rule, and I am going to use my tire lever for this. And I can't find my tire lever, so you know what? I guess I'm just going to muscle this on. See, I'm rolling it back like this, which should hopefully get it on the rim. Ah, forget it. I'm just going to use my tire lever. I found it. It's right here. Oh, how dare me. Alright, there we go. I've got this side on right here. Just to confirm it's going in the right direction. Spin it, it comes toward me. Perfect. Next, what you want to do is this. You want to do the same thing to the other side. Which you can see that this one is going on pretty decently. Now, all the videos I've watched, what they like to do is leave this little gap in the bottom to put your sealant. I don't like that, because if you're using a floor pump, it's super hard to know if it's going to pop into the bead, and if it's not, the sealant's going to be squirting everywhere. So what I like to do is I like to complete the job. I like just to get the whole tire on the rim. Alright, I'm going to break my thing again. Use tire levers for the sake of time. Alright, pop that on there. Alright, now what I want to do is I want to pump this up with my floor plump. Interesting. I'm gonna pump this up with the floor pump, and basically, I'm gonna listen for a snap. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna speed it up for you guys, so you don't have to watch me repeatedly. All right, I'll cut back to you guys then. All right, guys, heard that? That right there is the bead popping on. I'm winded. That's hard work. All right. So now I'm going to set you up so I could show you exactly what to look for when you do this. Now, it holds air, but there could be very slow leaks around it. That's what the sealant fills up. And then, yeah. Alright guys, so what I'm looking for on this is, if you see, there should be a little ridge. Yeah, you see, I don't know if you guys could see it, but there's a little ridge that goes all the way around, and you want to make sure that it is an even gap around the whole tire on both sides. Let's see. It should be right underneath the lettering. So basically, I'm just going to check this, make sure it's perfect, but if it's not, that means keep pumping. Just keep pumping. It's not going to go on because it's pretty stubborn. Or you could use like you could use like rubbing alcohol, and that'll help it slip on easier. All right, now for the fun part. All right, guys, so right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the valve from the Presta valve. So pretty much on Presta valves, you have little lines, and this one gives me a tool. So this one right here is going to be for Presta valve, and this one right here is for Schrader valve. What I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up. It's going to somewhat lock on there, and then I'm going to spin it, and air is going to start escaping. So I don't know if you can hear that, but there's air escaping. Pretty much, I'm just going to untwist it by hand, and all of it's going to come out. So pretty much from now, what you're going to do is you're going to keep this in a safe location, and you want to make sure your bead did not fall off the rim. That means it wasn't on there properly in the first place. So now what I'm going to do is the fun part. The sealant. Also the messiest. Make sure to shake well. Alright guys, shake that up. Make sure it's nice and shaken, or shooken. I don't know. Pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on a surface over here, and I'm going to get my syringe. What I'm going to do is they recommend putting 2 ounces in there, but I like to go a little bit heavier on it just for extra protection. Doesn't mean it's going to seal bigger holes, but it's better because if you have a hole that takes a lot of juice to seal, you might go through all that. So pretty much I shook it up. I'm going to take the cap off, put it on a secure surface, and in my syringe, it's 20 mil. So 20 mil is roughly an ounce. So I'm going to put 4 of these inside of this tire. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my syringe. You guys can't see it, but I'm filling it up right now. All right. Now this stuff is messy, so make sure you're in a area where you don't either care about making a mess or it's not like carpet. Guilty. Next I'm going to take this little thing off. It's just so I get it in there. And then in here, basically I like to rest it at a position where it's a little bit lower because you might have a little overflow. I'm going to get the syringe, put it right inside of there, and squirt the juice. So a little bit might come out right now. It's no, yeah, it came out. So pretty much I'm just going to do 4 more of those off camera, and I'll get right back to you guys. Alright guys, so I got the sealant in there. Now this is the valve core. You have this part which puts air into the tire, and this part goes inside. So I'm going to make sure the valve is in the downwards position so nothing leaks out. And I'm just going to screw it in by hand. Alright, can't screw it anymore, so I'm going to get my little tool. And I'm going to continue screwing it in until this tool has, it's like, it opens up a little bit so I don't over tighten it. Alright, this is going to be a pain. Oh my god, so yeah, this is what could go wrong. I mean, this is going wrong right now, but it's slipping around. See this right now? Alright, so that's basically all the way in. So now what you want to do is you want to flip the tire like this so the sealant now went to the bottom. And I roughly like to put about 30 psi in there. And then we're going to get to the fun part. The fun part is making a seal. So pretty much, I'm going to pump this up. Alright, now the fun part. Close the valve up. Gonna get the valve cap on there. And now to make sure there's a seal. So this is pretty much what you do. You're gonna go like this. You're gonna run it in your hands and it's gonna flip like this. And you're basically just gonna keep going like this. And that's basically gonna get all the sealant around the tire. Alright, so now I'm going to bring you guys outside and show you another way that's super cool. Alright guys, in my driveway, this is the fun part, the spin. Spin it like that, and just watch it roll. That's basically going to get everything, wait till it stops, and now try to get it on the other side. Alright, and then we're going to go this side again. See, look at that. There was a little air right there, and that's where it was leaking from, so it goes out and it's going to seal that. Next thing I like to do is getting it and just getting a little rollback. Alright everybody, I hope you all enjoyed this video on converting your tires to tubeless. So I hope it wasn't too hard for you. Let me know in the comments below how it went for you guys, and I hope you attempt this because it's super fun, cheap, easy upgrade. That's really, really good. So guys, the worst part of the video. I'm going to miss you guys all. But until next video, this is Spencer's Bike Hacks. Shred on. I'll catch you guys next time.